What's up guys, today I'll be answering some of your questions for Q&A. So the first question is, are you still filming at school? The straightforward answer is no. What camera should I get for under $1,500? For $1,500 you have a lot of good choices, and my recommendation for you guys, first of all, you can go for the Canon R10. That's a really good choice. But if I was gonna restart my whole photography journey again, I would go for Sony. And the reason why is because they have more third-party lens choices. The lenses are cheaper and they're also more fun to use, in my opinion, because of the clicking sound. I just like the Sony cameras much more. Sony cameras are also better for videos. So the simple answer for this question is, if you're looking to only do photography, go for the Canon R7, R10, R50, which is something I have. And if you're looking for videos or a mix of both, I would go for Sony. And for Sony, I could go for the A6400, A6700. They are all good cameras. And if there are any cameras you want for $1,500, it should be good because of the price. So the next question is, what is your first camera? My first camera is the Sony Cybershot, which is like the black one. I don't really know the model, but it's old and it is what got me started into photography, because that camera, I could bring it everywhere. It's so tiny, and when I started with photography, I was just like a kid, like a small kid. I would say I was just playing around with the camera, and that was the first camera I got for photography. And originally I wanted to become a YouTuber, so I was vlogging my life, but yeah, the videos are all gone because the SD card got corrupted. Next question is, what lens would you recommend for church photography? Well, there could be a lot of different lenses for church photography depending on what you're shooting, right? If you're looking to take photos of people from like afar, I would recommend you get the 70 to 200, but anything else, I would say you should go for the 24 to 70 because that lens is extremely versatile, and even the f4 would work because it is how good the lens is. The next question is, what is the best way to quickly improve in photography? And my simple answer to that is just practice. When I first started, I would watch a lot of videos and never actually take the action, and that is what's stopping me, right? Like, if you learn something and you don't practice, you would not actually keep the information in your head. And also, if you want to learn photography, you can learn from other YouTubers. They teach you a lot of stuff, and photography is something you do not need to pay for if you want to learn something. Also, when I'm not taking pictures, I'm watching POV taking pictures of something. Those videos, you can see the point of view from other people, other good photographers, where they're taking street photography. And from those videos, you can learn a lot about composition, framing, and also setting. But yeah, practice a lot. That's the main advice I would give you guys if you're trying to improve quicker in photography. The next question is, what do you usually like to take photos of when you're not doing street photography? I like to do sports photography, car photography. I love sports photography because it is where I can help people get photos for their profile picture or whatever they're looking for, and it is really fun to see a smile on their face after they receive their photos. I also like car photography because I really love cars and they're just cool to take pictures of. So the next question, what is your favorite lens for low light photography? Well, my favorite lens is any lenses that have a really low aperture. So if I'm shooting like sports photography, for example, I would like to use a lens that has the lowest aperture, but it's usually very expensive and not everyone could afford that, right? But the simple choice is go for f2.8. A lens with low aperture, low f-stop is basically the way to go for me. How do you get started with commercial work? I started working for others when I had like a decent portfolio. Even if you don't have a decent portfolio, you should still network with others and ask if you could take pictures for them. Like cold DM, I did that too. I did a lot of cold DMs. Like over a week, I would send like at least 20 DMs or emails to a lot of people, and most said no, but a lot of people said yes. But before you do that, you need like a good portfolio where you can show others your work, because if you don't even have proof of what you can do and create and provide for others, why would they trust you, right? So how I got started with it is basically build up a portfolio. What I used to do, right, is I would go to a lot of my friends' basketball game and just take pictures for them for free. I also took a lot of portraits from my friends for free. I did free weddings shoots, and I also did athletic photo shoot for my school where I took pictures of every single sports team in the entire school. And all of those work are like volunteered. I did not earn a single dollar at all. But that is how you get started, is by shooting for people for free so that you can build up a portfolio. I even shot for a cafe for free. And that is where I can build a portfolio of my work to show others so that they can trust me and they can pay me for what I provide for them. Next question is, why are all your friends Asian if you live in Canada? Well, not all my friends are Asian. I don't know why you asked this question. Also, Asian people are everywhere in the world. You would see them in no matter what country you're in. So the next question is, how do I get clients? I need to save up money for an R6. For your situation, I assume you already have a camera. I don't know what it is, but if it's good enough and you have a portfolio to show others, then you should just reach out to people. Reaching out is the most important step or part in getting clients, because if you just wait for people to come to you, that is probably never gonna happen because people don't even know you exist, right? But if you go reach out to others through DM, email, or even real life, it is where you could start actually getting the clients. And you could even start by asking your friends or family if they need a photo shoot. And if you don't have a camera right now, you should do side hustles, because that is where I made most of my money to afford my camera. And what I did was I was selling snacks at school, especially the perfect year where they had a drink called Prime. And that's like a drink made by KSI and Logan Paul, and it wasn't in Canada at that time. So I got the idea of buying bulk Prime drinks when I was in the States, and then I brought it back to Canada where I sold it to all my friends. Selling snacks made me over $2,000. I also did a lot of different side hustles, like reselling stuff, shoes or whatever. I made like a couple $100 from that. And I also sold random stuff I did not need in my house. So if you have anything that you don't need in your house, you can just sell it. Just save up is really not that hard. There are tons of ways to make money. So next question is, when did you start photography and what got you into it? I started photography 2 years ago, and what got me into it was I was in like a class called media design where I learned graphic designs like Adobe, sometimes Canva too. And there was like a week where we did photography as like a side project, and I was holding an actual DSLR camera for the first time, and the sound of clicking the button just got me addicted. After that day, I just went home and started like grinding for the camera, and eventually after like a couple months I bought the camera, the Canon R50, and it is my first actual mirrorless camera. The next question is, how did you grow your account so fast? So I had 1,000 followers in the start of this year. I was growing extremely fast in the summer, and the reason why is I dropped out of summer school where I was learning PC first people, and my teacher was so boring, I hated it. So I just dropped out, and I had nothing to do, right? So the whole summer I was just taking photos of random stuff and just going out to downtown, take pictures of stuff every day. And I was like, why not film like some stuff and film content too, where I can grow my personal brand? And that was what I did. I found a style I liked, which was POV, interacting with people, POV, taking photos of blah, blah, blah. And what worked for me, it might not work for you. So I would recommend you to find your style. And the main reason why most people do not actually like succeed in going viral in their personal brand is because they're not staying consistent. Before that, when I had 1,000 followers, I was like doing random stuff, posting like once a month, which is not gonna work out. You're gonna post like at least one every single week, which might be a lot of work, but if you don't even have the time to commit in something you want to achieve, then you're not actually gonna get it. Next question, which is a stupid question again. How black are you? Well, since I'm in Mexico right now, I'm pretty black because I was like swimming every single day. It's so hot here and the sun is like crazy, bro. So I got way blacker over the winter break. But yeah, this question is just stupid. Next question is, what is your biggest fear? This is not something I would share normally, but the biggest fear I have is not putting enough effort in something. When I was younger, I had a lot of different hobbies. For example, violin, table tennis, swimming, even basketball. Like, I was doing so much at that time when I was younger. Like, when I was in primary school, I was doing so many random stuff. And then let's just talk about the example of playing the violin. So I started playing the violin in grade 1 because I was forced to by the school. Like, every single student had to play an instrument, so I decided to choose violin because there wasn't a lot of things to choose from, right? So I chose violin, and I was really good for like the primary school season. I was like one of the best in my class, in my grade, and I started falling off because I wasn't practicing enough. I thought there was no point of practicing when I'm ahead of everyone else in something, right? Well, that was what stopped me from actually trying, and I just lost passion for that. And eventually I didn't practice at all, and I became worse over time, right? So my biggest fear is not putting enough effort into something. That taught me a lesson where whenever I'm gonna start something, I'm gonna put all my efforts 100% into something until it does not work out or it is something I do not want to do. And it is okay to restart your journey on whatever it is. It is okay to quit if you don't like something. But if you like something and you actually want to succeed in something, just put in the effort. And saying that you have no time is just an excuse, because you can put time into something you love. Why do you say you have no time when you're scrolling reels or like you're playing video games? You can quit something else and put it in something you love. But yeah, that's the biggest fear I have. And the violin lesson taught me to always put enough effort on other things, whether it's like photography or like soccer or other things. The next question is the R50 a huge upgrade from the R100? Off the top of my head, it is definitely better because it has like a flip out screen, which is something I use every single day, every single time I take photos. It's also really effective for videography or anything else. And the flip out screen is crazy. That's the main benefit that the R50 has over the R100. Also, the video quality is better. I'm not entirely sure about anything else. But yeah, flip screen, it might be worth the upgrade if you're looking to spend a little bit more money. The flip screen is crazy good, bro. The next question is, how do you start in an industry, for example, in Singapore? So I don't really understand your question, but if you're gonna start something in a country, the environment matters a lot. But if you're trying to start photography in Singapore, like Singapore is a rich country, I've been there before. And I would do it in any other way that I would have been doing. So if you listen to all my other responses to the questions related to starting out, then I would do the same in Singapore. Next question is, what is your dream setup if you won the lottery? A Hasselblad. That camera is insane, bro. Like, you can crop in all the way and the quality would still be like as good as a normal mirrorless camera. The next question is how to not feel awkward when shooting in public. It depends on what you're shooting. If you're shooting landscapes or other things, then you shouldn't be awkward at all, because pretty much everyone would take pictures, right? You're just gonna be confident in yourself. And if you're taking street photography, right, and someone else notices, you just explain to them what you're doing, and they will usually be chill. And if they're not, you can just delete the photo and move on with your day. But having a friend next to you when doing street photography, or like just having a photography friend where you can go on photo walks with, definitely helps. The next question is, can you be my mentor? Yes, I can. I do one-on-one calls where I can help you improve your personal brand, your content creation, and also your photography. I can do a mix of all of that. I can also help you get clients, but the main thing I can provide for you guys is going viral in your niche. So if you're interested in having me as your mentor, you can go on my Instagram link in bio. You can schedule a booking and we can talk from there. I can help you with every single thing. The first call is free, by the way. Do you know any photography or videography competitions where I should try out? So yes, There are a lot of photography competitions. One of them is the Sony Worldwide Youth Photography Competition, but I didn't join that because there was something wrong with my files for some reason. But other competitions you could join is Youth Link Photography Competition, which is my organization, and it is free to join, by the way. And also the prizes are really good, especially when it only takes like 5 minutes for you to enter everything. So check out Youth Link Photography. We're gonna host a lot more competition and events worldwide, and it should be interesting for you. The next question is, can you do tutorials? And of course I can, I just need to spend some time. I already have a few tutorials in my YouTube channel. I'm definitely gonna do more in the future, so stay tuned. Next question is, how much have you made doing shoots? So I cannot tell you the exact number, but it's 4 figures. That's all I'm gonna say. Next question is, how do you know if your pictures are over edited? That's a really good question. I usually just look at the colors and looking at the original photo. You shouldn't change the color too much. You shouldn't add the contrast too much. Like, if you're gonna edit something, just move it by a little bit. Like, never move it by a lot. That is how you know if you over edit something. It's either by changing the color completely, adding so much contrast, or adding so much clarity. I have a whole editing guide if you want to go check it out. It'll be linked in the description. Next question is, which budget lens is good for sports photography? If you're shooting with Canon, then you could go for the RF 100 to 400. If you're gonna shoot like soccer or rugby or football, any of those like outside sports where you have to shoot from a distance. And if you're gonna shoot like indoor, then look at the 24 to 105. Also, if you're on Sony, you could look for something like 75 to 300. That's a good lens. If you could provide what you're shooting, what sports you're shooting, and what camera you have, I can definitely help you out with that. DM me and I'll respond to you. The next question is Youth Link Photography going to be only for photographers under 18? Well, for now, it definitely is, because I'm under 18 and it only makes sense to like start something that is helping the youth. But in the future, it might be different. The next question is, are you going to upgrade your camera setup? The short answer is no for now. But I'm definitely looking to upgrade my stuff, like whether it's my lens or camera. I'm probably gonna upgrade when I earn more money from photography. Next question is, what is the most important thing you learned through this journey of photography and content creation? The biggest thing I learned is anyone could do it. If you put your mind to it, you can definitely make it. I'm just like a normal person, bro. Like, I'm not anything special at all. I'm just like a normal kid who started photography and started documenting his journey. If you stick with something you're interested in, no matter what, you're gonna succeed. Because the most important thing is sticking with something you love and actually putting the efforts in it. Like, I tried a lot of different stuff, and the reason why I didn't actually succeed in those kind of things is because I didn't try hard enough. And for this, which is content creation and photography, I actually put so much effort and time into it. And that is the reason why I'm at where I am today. Like, I'm not special at all. These are all the actual questions I'm gonna answer. There are a lot of more like stupid questions, but I'm not gonna answer them. So this is it. I hope you learned something, or I hope I answered your question. Anyways, it was nice talking and spending my time answering these questions, and it was pretty fun. So I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.